So I've used the zest of the lemon, and I feel, having used the zest, I wanted to use the juice, and this turns into an incredibly tenderizing juice to put over the steak.
Oh, look at that, definitely.
Bit of gravy, but it's sharp, which I like. And I haven't set fire to anything yet, so I'm just going to, should we just go down here a bit, because I think a teeny bit
of the mulled and salt there.
Yes, just because meat is so great with salt. And I'm going to put a teeny bit of parsley, just so I feel like it. It doesn't need it, it just looks lovely on the meat. You're going to put that in your
I
shirt.
must feel like I have to, I almost do. I've never really done this, but it just looks like so appetizing. It was sitting here.
There you are.
Actually, I can't
Dig
do that.
in.
It's not my style.
And I'll tell you what looks pretty too, as well. Just to dribble a teeny bit of oil over this.
I gotta say, better than mashed potatoes.
It
I mean,
is
it's
really.
Wow, just the flavors too.
Pretty
And
much instant.
And the zest of the lemon, and then the
I love lemon zest.
The
Love
natural
it.
jus that you create is just, it's
Yeah.
incredible.
I want some linguine, and this is the perfect linguine. And look, don't you love her? She looks so wholesome, so happy about her work. Gotta have this. I mean, the thing seriously about this pasta, I think, is that you really can taste the pasta when you have a light sauce, more of a dressing. A bit like Italians when they make their sauce, they don't sauce that much. And you need to taste that semolina sweetness of the pasta. So I feel a bit like when you have the, if you like, the luxury of time, and you can slow cook food, obviously never pasta, but you can slow cook food, then you get all the flavour from the slow cooking. And when you're pressed for time, you have to get the ingredients right there, maximum flavour from the off.
It's so important that the
Yeah.
ingredient is the star.
Absolutely, and this is just what I want. Well, I want some cremini mushrooms for my linguine with raw mushrooms. The thing about these is they've got quite a good flavour, and they're quite firm, so they're wonderful when you add them to the hot pasta.
I believe this is the same strain as a portobello, but I think they're
Yes.
younger and they're smaller.
Yes, I think so. And in fact, if you wanted to, I dare say you could go for these ready sliced little baby portobello mushrooms. But a bit of slicing, I like that. You know, may as well do something while we wait for the pasta water to come to
The
the
essence
boil.
of cooking.
Yeah, I love that.
Nigella, now I feel at home. I'll tell you, we're cooking pasta.
Yes, well, I hope you do still feel like that when you've eaten this, because it's not entirely Italian, this. It's inspired by Italy. But I will show you. I'm going to put some linguine. I've got some boiling salted water. I have an Italian friend who says that the water that pasta is cooked in must be as salty as the Mediterranean. Okay, let's just put all this
Make sure
in.
your pasta is al dente, very important as
This-
well.
Thank you. I'll spill everything. I'm used to
You
it.
always
but
have, but I
can
know
see-
you like no waste, so I'm going to put that in
yes.
there.
Let me just make sure I can get this under the water. Bend it in.
Now, a lot of this cookware I notice is yours.
It is.
And very sleek, beautiful. I mean, it's a stylish cooking as well.
Well, it's fun to do, so I do it. I like playing about in the kitchen. It's like creating toys. Okay, so while that is just bubbling away and cooking, I'm going to get ready with the mushrooms. Now, the weird thing is, this is the only part of the meal we're cooking because the mushrooms are raw. I'm going to just slice them.
Can I grab a few?
Oh, I'd be
Absolutely.
grateful. Just
Okay,
slice
here.
them thinly. Very good. So just slice thinly, and I think this is when you see how beautiful they are, these slightly woodsy colours. Whereas if you just go for the button mushrooms, it's just, you don't get that same, it's like a painting, isn't it?
Nor the taste do you get with
No,
the...
you certainly don't.
They even,
They
mushrooms
do,
have a
they
smell
have
to
a
them.
fantastic scent. But what I think is certainly true is that, going, say, in Italy, they do sometimes do porcini when they're fresh and seasoned, just slice them raw, don't they?
They do.
But to be honest, you don't need to get anything. I'll stop now. I have a terrible tendency towards excess, but I think for
It's
now...
addictive, though, you keep doing it.
And that's why I think it's quite important, because a bit of chopping or stirring actually can be very therapeutic. I find when I'm very busy, just spending a bit of time in the kitchen is like, I change from being in that kind of manic work mode to being more at home. And so a minimum amount of work doesn't feel like work. As I feel, I think
This
one has
doesn't
to
feel
a
like
bit.
work, I'll tell you that
No,
right
it
now.
certainly doesn't. So here I've got my mushrooms, and I'm going to grate over again with like that, some garlic.
Now they tend to cook with garlic more in the south.
Yes, and in France they cook a lot with garlic.
But in the UK, does it vary from town to town how they do cook, or is it pretty much all the same?
I think cooking in a way varies from family to family, and that's what makes it so interesting and person to person. That's I like it when it all comes out like puree. The lemon. But I mean, I don't think you want this too garlicky. Simply because you want the warmth of garlic, and once it gets too acrid, too hot, it dominates, whereas you want it to be a factor, not the overriding taste.
Nice. And then I see you have the Parmigiano over there.
I do, actually. I think this is great with pecorino too. It's going to put the lemon juice over as well. So, I said earlier that this was really more of a dressing than a sauce, and it is really, because I'm having the lemon juice, and I'm going to have the olive oil, and that just sits together and lets them souse a bit while the pasta cooks. I mean, of course you can open a can of something, but this is, frankly,
oh, it's fresh.
quicker.
It's fresh, and it's so quick.
So, strip the leaves off. I don't mind a few stalks, I have to say, but yes, just a few leaves off at a time, these little pretty sprigs.
So you just use just enough because it is a very potent herb.
Yes, I really need about 4 sprigs, if that. Yes, that's the thing in a way. I mean, cooking's like the rest of life. You just want to have a bit of balance. You don't want everything to be shouting at you.
Or overpowering, exactly. Relaxed.
Relaxed, exactly. Okay, I'm just going to pour over the oil. Just think how well we're going to feel when we eat this.
I could eat it just like that. I mean,
Right.
the pasta.
Well, actually, I have done. When I eat it as a salad, I leave all the quantities the same, except I boost the mushrooms. And it's a fabulous salad to have with, like some cold chicken or something. And now,
take those tortillas from earlier.
Just, I know. There's never going to be a bad way to eat this, huh? I am going to check. Oh, that looks ready. Quick. Yeah, I think we can drain.
Perfect.
That's our cooking done. Perfect. Okay, Adrian, watch out. I've got hot pasta.
You know how to cook pasta because sometimes, Nigella, I see someone turn on the sink and wash the pasta out, but
that's
you know
a tragedy.
that it's with the starch and the natural water of the pasta. It's so
Exactly.
important to have with your pasta dish.
Right, I'm now going to have to be patient, which is really not
interesting
good
too.
for me.
Look at
I'm
that.
not
I've never
naturally
seen-
patient. Doesn't want to mix everything
Look at
together.
that.
When we did the photo shoot for the book, I had to get this actually taken away from me because I couldn't stop eating it. It was
You know what you smell the most out of everything is the lemon.
yes,
That's really what's coming out.
And you really notice because of that the sweetness, the natural sweetness of the pasta. I'm just going to put some Parmesan on now. I know you're going to. I'm sorry, I can only do it the girly way, but I can see that you can do it properly. It's just good.
I'm going to chop them a little bit big just to give it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
that'd be fabulous. No, I love that. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, I hope you like this.
I like it already.
Do you like the extra small portion I'm giving you as I do that? Hang on, let me just put a few of these on the top for you. There we go. Get some of these that have been in all the oil.
Look at that.
I'm diving in too. I'm going to be there first.
Buon appetito.
I haven't shamed Italy.
But not, are you kidding me? You made them proud. But it is. It's definitely, I can see why they didn't want to take it away from you. So,
No, I
so
really
don't touch
don't.
my pasta because I'm going to eat the whole thing.